As of May 10th, 2023, Ironhide announced that Kingdom Rush Origins is coming to the Xbox. I'm sure that the two people in the world who were waiting for this are elated, but for the rest of us, we're left wondering what Ironhide Game Studio is doing. In September of 2022, they soft-launched Junkworld in a select few countries. Then, the game was never heard from again. On top of this, Legends of Kingdom Rush has only had one additional level added to it in an update. Of course, there were more updates to the game, such as casual difficulty and the arena mode, but those were more similar to adding an endless mode or impossible difficulty to one of the tower defense games. In terms of polished content updates, players could expect at least 3 mini-campaigns for each game. Yet Legends only received one, and is now considered a finished game. My point is that there's a lot of stuff that Ironhide looks like they could be doing, but all we as fans see is the re-release of older games on platforms that the games aren't meant for in the first place. So it might seem like Ironhide Game Studio is meandering, giving us the Bethesda treatment. However, that couldn't be further from the truth, and I'm here to revive your hope in Ironhide. You see, Ironhide has enough manpower to work on multiple projects at a time. If they release a game on the Xbox, that doesn't mean that everyone at Ironhide dropped what they were doing to get this done. In fact, it's possible that nobody at Ironhide worked on this, and instead outsourced the task to somebody like Sugumo, the man responsible for making the definitive Steam versions of the games. But even if actual Ironhide employees worked on the latest Xbox ports, that doesn't mean that all of them did. Consider the release of Legends of Kingdom Rush, followed by Junkworld, Iron Marine's Invasion, and the Primal Ravage update for Vengeance. There's no way that these things all happen back to back with the same people working on all of them. Instead, it's most likely that Ironhide split their employees into teams to each work on different projects. The team responsible for Junkworld is probably still working on Junkworld as I speak, and who knows what else is in the works. Ironhide needs to release something substantial in order to keep the community active. 3 in 10 voters believe that Kingdom Rush is dead, and those are just the people who are still active enough to vote. A game or series is dead when there is nobody else playing it. Kingdom Rush is just about dead when so few people are playing it now compared to before. Of course, we as fans have no obligation to keep caring about any franchise. There's nothing to feel bad about when stopping playing a game. After all, it should be eye-rollingly obvious that a game series that started in 2011 and hasn't had a new game since 2018 is not seeing much attention right now. But it is a developer's responsibility to try to keep people caring about their games. Updates do the trick for a good long while, but a big, hearty amount of content with lots of replay value is what keeps people around the longest. That's why I believe that Ironhide's top priority should be to release a 5th Kingdom Rush tower defense game, something with many more towers, levels, and heroes that we want to play with again and again. I had so many reasons to replay pretty much every level in the Kingdom Rush games because of all the different tower and hero synergies. They had a lot of depth. I think that a 5th game with similar amounts of depth, if not more, is just what this community needs to care about the series again. I'm going to make a more detailed wish list for Kingdom Rush 5 in a future video, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime though, we always have mods. I realized that part of the reason the community still feels dead even with all the mods available is because there's no concrete videos showcasing what exactly these mods do. Nobody knows what's going on. That's my fault for not making any videos just yet. However, I wanted to wait until they were in a more complete state before talking about them in depth. And now that Impossibly People mode is done, I can get started. The hype train is just getting started. I have confidence that if Ironhide makes the right moves, then everyone who has stayed in this community for this long will be glad to have done so.